Josh Bailey, and I'll be addressing the matter of teenage driver curfews. The teenage years are often years of discovery and where teenagers usually partake in rebellious activities. This is usually a time for parents where they stay up late at night thinking about if their kids are doing the right things or if they're safe. Almost a year ago, Michigan passed a law forbidding teens under the age of 17 to drive between the hours of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. unless it is for a school activity. This is cited by Everyday Life. Curfews cause numerous debates and criminal activities. This is often due to the misjudgment of parents when coming up with and enforcing teen curfews. The issue of teenage curfews is widely debated in the United States, where the institution is still rather popular, while in democratic Europe it's not quite so popular but is still widely debated. Sadly, the United States is actually leaning toward the enforcement of more curfews rather than eliminating the currently bad curfews. The first and foremost reason for establishing a curfew is to ensure the safety of a teenager. Typical curfew require the teens of 17 years of age to stay indoors after the hours of 11 p.m. and sometimes midnight. This is to prevent the teens from becoming victims of crimes that occur after dark or from committing crimes after dark. This exists serious evidence in favor of this conviction. On the other hand, curfews can be seen as a preventative measure which infringes on the rights of young people, limiting their freedom and setting the stage for future more serious problems. Curfews can cause teenagers to commit serious crimes in their futures, such as robbery, misconduct, and even murder. This thesis is particularly supported by the fact that curfew violations and the respective charges are among the most often committed juvenile crimes in the United States. All this can cause a teenager to believe that they have crossed a psychological barrier separating them from criminals. This causes them to see themselves as outlaws and often causes teenagers to believe that outlaws, which contribute to committing more serious crimes. Parents are often put in charge of their child, coming up with and enforcing their child's curfews. Something a parent should remember when coming up with the curfew is that if a child misinterprets a rule, it could cause them to fall victim to the anti-scenario or cause them to enact in a wrong way. This is proven by studies created by the University of Minnesota. Considering this, parents should avoid the authoritarian style of approach toward creating a curfew. They should sit down with their kid and have a talk, coming to a mutual agreement rather than just enforcing the curfew upon their child. This causes a happier and less frictionless environment for the child. The nullification and enforcement of teenage curfews is among the most debated issue in the United States and in democratic Europe. The first and foremost task of teenage curfews is to enforce the safety of a child. Curfews infringe on the rights and freedoms of young people. Besides, arresting teenagers for curfew violations can propel them to see themselves as outlaws, which can cause them to commit more serious crimes in the future. Parents are too harsh when it comes down to the discussion, enforcement, and punishment for curfew violations. This is for all these reasons that curfews harm teens, and it is in the best interest of teens and their families to remove curfews from the United States system. It will benefit teens, and it will help the United States system surpass all the others in the world. Thank you.